is obviously I'm just going to go cross wrist control, right? Obviously, we're wrestling here a lot. What I catch with girls a lot is you get two types of girls. You either get girls that are really, really aggressive and just want to pound all over you and grab you, or you get girls that don't want to touch you at all and they just kind of back away. So this is more for girls that don't really want to initiate contact. So we get in our stance, obviously, we're going to go to like cross wrist, opposite wrist, whichever side you feel more comfortable with. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to do most of my stuff with her left wrist. But when I want to get to my 2-on-1, I know I want to be tight, and I know I got to close the gap. So I'm not ever going to be able to wrestle anything from out here because it does me zero good. So the first thing I like to do is I like to go same foot to that hip that I'm trying to get to. So obviously if I know that I want to get here, when I get to that wrist, I'm just going to go a nice big step right to that hip that I want to get to. That cross wrist that I have, I'm going to just put it in my my pocket on that same side that I have, right? So when I step, put it right in my pocket, get nice and tight, keep this tight here. Then when I go for my 2-on-1, I don't really like just holding onto the shoulder. I feel like it's not very tight, so I try to get elbow deep up on that shoulder, and I almost try to grab the back of the shoulder blade or the spine right here, and I just try to keep it as tight as I can and keep my head position. That's our most basic setup. We get a lot of girls sometimes, like I said, like to hold it here, like to have it here, and they just get here, and it doesn't do us any good. So like I said, go right on the tip, get my armpit up, or get my elbow at armpit, and try to get my hand up at back here as tight as I can. So that's our two ways that we really like. The most common would just be we come up and get it, and we're almost looking away like we're hitting like we're doing a drag. So it's the same footwork. I'm gonna get my close and tight, except that one I'm gonna pull more across my chest than I am gonna pull down. But eventually I'm still gonna get to the same exact position, 2-on-1. If they just really don't want to come step with me, I cheat a little bit, and I'll take the outside hand. Go outside hand on their head, and I just put their head on their ear. It gets them out of position a little bit, makes them thinking like, what are they gonna do with my head? And then I can just come back up this way. So same thing, they're wrestling really hard, they don't let me get it. I just go around it, grab their ear, and just push their ear really tight up against their head. Make them think about what you're gonna do with their head. And then we just come back across. We get to this 2-on-1, and this is actually a drill you can do to help you stay in position, is you wanna have to make them move, right? Nothing's ever gonna work if we just sit here. So a drill that we can do, and we do sometimes, is we just get here head to head, and you just literally walk them across the mat. Just crowd them, walk them across the mat, feel really, really comfortable being in that position. You can do that multiple times. Just add it onto your, whatever daily drills you like to do. Here is to be the most aggressive. We turn it into a double leg, or most of the time we turn it into a blast double. Is we will get here, and most of the time they don't want to get here, so they're going to turn their hips away from me. Right? They're not going to want to. Everybody teaches wrestling. You got to turn and face. So we're wrestling here. As soon as they turn and face, I'm gonna come right through her chest. Wrestling here. She's gonna turn and face. Second, probably most common, is we'll do a sweep single from here. And we're wrestling them, and we get them to where we want them to go. And as soon as they step, I'm gonna come this way. I'm gonna go behind the foot and swing my way up to a single, and we'll wrestle from there. Where they want to go, get that foot to where I want it to go, get behind it, sweep single it, up to. Those are the two offensive that we show. What we score the most on is what we call a shovel. So we're coming here, and we're wrestling, and they're pressuring into us a lot. Like they're just trying to fight pressure with pressure. All you're gonna do is just step towards the mat, and it's like you're shoveling, digging a hole. I'm pushing, she's pressuring. It's pretty just like you're digging a hole. She's pressuring.
And then right here, I'll like grab her lat and step my foot behind her foot and just pull her back. 2-on-1, front of the arm, above the elbow. She keeps like standing up, pushing away, whatever, I'll grab right here, step my foot, and just pull back.
When we get to a 2-on-1, they just post on our head and start trying to run away from us. So we get to a 2-on-1, they just take that opposite hand, and they just post, and they just try to back away and run. So there's two things you can do to fight that. First one is you're just going to take your wrist hand, and you're just going to post. It's pretty simple. You're just going to post right into our double. You got to stay low. Let them post on your head. I'm just going to take my wrist hand, go right above the elbow, or below, I guess, whichever way you're thinking. Just right below the elbow. Little Lego man grip is what we like to call it. Go Lego man grip. Post right above the right below the elbow. Drop down and run your double.